I know this sounds very out of character for me, but I just had this thought that I'd like to buy a leaf blower. I've been spending so much time sweeping up maybe there's something to be said for leaf blowers. Well, I got the sweeping up done. I got my hiking boots on. Time for a walkie-talkie. I got to sweep up around the pool twice a day. My yard is surrounded by trees. Everyone needs a hobby. That's become mine. One of mine. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Talk about travel. Time travel. It is possible, you know. If I could go back in time knowing then what I know now, I don't think I'd do it. Wouldn't be the same. For me, life is a voyage of discovery. If I can go back with all the answers, I wouldn't want that kind of responsibility or power. So no thanks. I would time travel to the future though. That would be interesting. See what the hell is going to happen with our current events. See what current events actually have meaning in 20 years time, 50 years time. Probably not a lot. For the record, I've stopped reading the news, watching YouTube videos about politics. I've replaced that with studying Mandarin again. Lifelong learning. I'm a slow learner. I might need a second lifetime to learn Mandarin. Okay, so it's easier to see the flaws in others than it is to see your own flaws. And often I've noticed that when you do notice a flaw in another person, you often have this very same flaw yourself. You're more similar than you are different, or you're complete opposites. I think I mentioned this before. Someone told me one time there's 12 basic personality types. And 3 or 4 of them you're going to get along with really well with. 2 withs in that sentence. 1 or 2 you're not going to get along with at all. And the majority is just going to be you know, you're not going to bond, you're not going to get along with them or not get along with them. But notice next time where you find that there's somebody you work with or you're in a group with in some capacity and you don't get along with them, chances are you're either very, very much like that person or the complete opposite. That's all I'm saying. I want to talk about retirement a bit more today. There's this thought in retirement that you have to replace your job with something. And that something is one thing. Like I'm going to volunteer, or I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to buy an RV and travel around North America. But the reality is, when you retire, you don't replace your job with one thing. You replace your job with many things. Your time gets filled up. Let's go this way. Your time gets filled up with a lot of little things. The other thing is that when you retire, everything takes a little bit longer to do because you got the time to do it. And not only does it take a little bit longer to do, you enjoy doing it even more. So those are two bonuses right there. As you may remember, I have my phone set to send all unknown phone calls to voicemail. But once in a while I have to take that off because I'm expecting a call from somebody for something. And when I do, I always get a call from Badvilla. Is that in Ohio or Illinois? The call's always the same, and I know it's going to be some kind of spam. The call says, after the storm last night, we're calling around the neighborhood and asking people if they want a free quote to redo your roof. And the first couple of times, and this has been going on for like a year, maybe 2 years. The first couple of times I got that phone call, I said, hey, listen, guy, I'm not in Illinois, I'm in Canada. Can you please take my number off your list? But they never do. They always say they will, but they never do. So the other day, I got a phone call, and they said the same thing. And I said, sure, come on over. And before he could confirm the address or anything, I said, I gotta go, and I hung up on him. And a couple of days later, it was actually 2 days later, my phone was still on accepting calls, and I get the call from the same guy, and he he wanted to check my address to make sure he had it correct, because I think they probably sent some sales guy out there and wasted his time. So I said to him, I'm really sorry I had to do that, but this is the third or fourth time I've had a call from your company, and I've always explained that I live nowhere near you, and would you please take my name off your list? So he said he would. So we'll see if we have an update on this story. I predict we will. But you know what? If you're going to call me and waste my time, then I have no bad feelings about wasting your time too. So, hello. That's enough for today. Talk to you later. Bye.